Good morning, my friend. This is Heather Dunlop. What I want to share with you today is the alter ego versus your vision. Now, I've been talking a bit about your vision and how to create your vision and make sure it's what you want. Because when it's what you actually want and you work on removing the underlying beliefs that are no longer serving you and putting in place the beliefs that will get you to living out your vision life, that's when it all starts to take place. And that's when you start to live from the vision version of yourself. Now, there's a thing going around. It's been around for quite a while. It's actually something that's been around for very long. Is the concept of taking on an alter ego so that you can actually do the things you need to do to get to where you want to go. Does that make sense? So, what it talks about in the alter ego is okay, you are who you are, and you're not yet finding it within yourself to do the things that will get you to the dream life that you want. So, say for example, you are in real estate and you are going to listing appointments, and you're going to a listing appointment and you're showing up, and people aren't connecting with you, and they're not saying yes to you. They're not saying, yes, I want you to list my home because I know you're the one who can do it. So you hear about this alter ego and you say, I could do that. So what you end up doing is you say, okay, well, you know what? The top agent in my office is blowing it out of the park. Like every time she goes on an interview for a listing appointment, she walks out the door with the listing right then and there. She doesn't have to follow up. She doesn't have to wait to get called back. They just sign her on the spot. So you know what? I'm going to borrow her persona when I go on my next listing appointment. So you to say, okay, this is what I think she's thinking. This is what I've heard her say. And this is how I've seen her carry herself and how she walks and everything and how, she prepares. So I'm going to do everything she does, and I'm going to show up wearing her alter ego when I get to the door. So you get to the door, your next listing appointment, you go in, you sit down, you have the conversation, you're carrying this alter ego saying, what would she think? What would she say? How would she respond to that question? What would she do to get the listing before she walks out the door? And then you walk out the door and you say, God, why didn't I get that damn listing? I went in there and I used the alter ego, and I pretended to be her and I act like her. And I asked questions I thought she would ask. See, here's the problem. She is who she is because of the beliefs that she has running in her brain, not yours. You see, we all have our own autopilot beliefs that are out there. And our autopilot beliefs run up to 90% of all of our decisions and our actions and our responses and our results. So if that's running 90% of what you do, that's also running 90% of what she does. And the difference is her autopilot beliefs are different from your autopilot beliefs. So even though you take on her alter ego and you say the things you think she would say, the things you even heard her say, they come from a different place because they're coming from your autopilot beliefs laying underneath it instead of hers. It's like saying, you've seen clothing in the store and it says one size fits all. Well, who does that actually fit? It doesn't fit, like, one size fits all does not fit a woman who's 6 feet tall the same way it's going to fit a woman who's 5 feet tall. Like, it's just going to look ridiculous on both of them because it doesn't fit. One size fits all does not fit. Alter ego, taking on someone's personality, is going to be like putting on a piece of clothing that says one size fits all. It doesn't fit you. So the best thing to do is to create your vision and live it as if it's already happened, and you'll make decisions from your vision version of yourself. And in the meantime, what we also do is work on removing those autopilot beliefs that you don't want, the ones that are getting in the way of you walking out the door with that listing in hand, and we create the new beliefs So that when you show up to your next listing appointment and you knock on that door and you walk in and they show you their beautiful home and you sit down and you present yourself as the absolute best listing agent for them and their home, they know you're showing up as you, because you're showing up as the confident future version of yourself that gets listings every time you go knock on the door, because you know how to connect with people as you. You're not connecting as some alter ego, because going in with an alter ego, there's no connection there. They don't get to know you. And then when you show up in the future, they're like, gosh, something's different here. And they pull back even more. So when we work on removing the autopilot belief that's getting in the way and putting in the autopilot belief that gets you to your vision life, and you show up as the vision version of yourself, you're still showing up as you. It's just the next level of you. So they connect with you and they're like, wow, this woman is absolutely phenomenal. We're listing with her and we don't need to speak to anybody else. Let's sign that paperwork right here now. So that's what I want you to consider. Are you showing up with an alter ego, pretending to be someone else because you've seen them get results? Or are you showing up as the vision version of yourself, the one that you've already told your brain has come to be because it's now a memory of who you are? So your brain says, yep, I know how to be this person because we've done it. That's what I want you to consider. And if you're not sure how to make this transition, you want some assistance doing it, just type the comment transform down below or send me a private message, transform, and let's have a 15-minute conversation and take this deeper so that you can show up as you and the vision version of yourself starts to come into your current life, and forget about all those alter egos because they're not you. This is Heather Dunlop. Always remember, you have strength within you.